We'll move on to number 10 then, liquor referendum.
So we've received a lot of calls into town for the vote that occurred and what's changed. We do have to make some changes in our ordinance, obviously, in our process. So I wanted to get the will of the board, so I know where to go with that. That will not be on this agenda. We got enough ordinances coming before you, and I don't know that I can get that one done in a timely manner. So that will probably be a January thing. But we haven't been able to have a good message for the folks coming in and asking the question about, how does the ordinance, how does the vote change what happens here in town now? So I need to know more about what the will of the board is for that, executing on task.
The board may want to consider a public open house comment period where you get the people come in and have a chance to tell the board what they have as suggestions are. It's strictly certainly up to the board. But, it is something new, and I know there will be a lot of questions about it. And there are some things that the board could be made aware of that would change how you design things. And one of the things we probably want to decide on is that location of where they love located. Strictly commercial, we want to live to Main Street, whatever you might want to do. There's very limited number of things you do, but you can do some. And I was just thinking of having a public
Public hearing?
Yeah, public hearing. Hearing sounds so formal, but yes, to accept a public input, that the board could have had a certain meeting that will allow public comments regarding anything people think how this should be implemented. We're not talking about doing it or not, it's to happen. We're just talking about if there's some things regarding implementation that might.
That would be like so many feet from distance from a church, hours of sales, where are you allowed to be sold, just kind of, we're gonna have to define some of those things. And is that something that we would kind of do in-house, or look at maybe getting MTS's assistance with setting up that ordinance, or?
They're pretty much got that type of thing. I think the idea of the public input, so you know what public is feeling, and then you can decide as a board what you want to do. But it's a big change, and I think the more light you can bring to it, the more people you can get to have their opinion heard, will ease the transition.
For adequate notice on that, would we want to go ahead and try to get that scheduled at this month's meeting?
I don't think you have to. I think, you said it's going to be a little while before we get that.
Wait till January, first of the year?
We can also do something on the website to have people comment in a public forum on the website, or provide comment.
That'd be a great supplement.
And that way it can start, and we're not worried about a public notice meeting or anything else. Hey, we've got something up on our website, and we can push people that direction.
Yes.
Would that fall under the beer board?
Yeah, you probably wanted to. I mean, it makes
It
perfect
would
sense.
probably make sense to change that to beer and liquor board, and then let that same board manage both.
Yeah, probably makes sense to have
I
them
wouldn't
do that.
think you want to staff another committee just for that.
I think it's.
I guess, like we had with clubs and everything, wouldn't it?
No, because it's only the way the referendum read, and I'll have to go back and look at it. I don't want to read it exactly, but it said it was for off-site consumption.
Offside, okay.
So it would be like a package store. It would be like that. Would give the ability to the gas stations to sell a little bit stronger drinks.
Okay.
So that's where we've probably been getting some questions, existing business owners wanting to know what doors that opens up for them. So that's where we want to just go and kind of set some regulation and get that. I really like the idea of having public input, just so that at least we say we gave people opportunity to come and express themselves, however they feel about that. So because the developer that pushed that, I know he's looking at wanting to take action on it sooner rather than later. Now that he's kind of, because there was a little bit of a process to even get it on the agenda or on the ballot. So
I'm
he's
surprised
serious
you got
about
it that quick.